Oh, thank you. I've already walked about 40 blocks, 42 blocks to be exact. I've walked 42 blocks so far. I had an amazing walk with a really funny and talented comedian friend of mine. I'm not going to say who because I don't want you to know like where cause whatever. I just want to protect their privacy for this second. But if I ever talk about this again, I will mention who it is. But a very intelligent and smart, emotionally and mentally intelligent comedian friend. So it was great. And it was also great because sometimes I feel like I'm always carrying the conversation or I'm always talking too much. And I think we had a good balance of conversation. So anyway, walking through the city just for a little bit. I figured I'd walk a little distance with you guys, catch up. I know some people are wondering where I've been. I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't done any lives on YouTube this week. A lot of shit has been going on. Hopefully we're out of this time soon, but a lot of stuff is still going on in the business and trying to get work and, so it's just, I haven't been available, so I apologize. I went to a protest today. I posted it, but then I archived it because I felt like it was vulnerable. It was vulnerable information that I didn't want people to get misconstrued out of context. So I archived it, but I'm at a real crossroads right now with myself personally. Sorry, it's 1,000,000 degrees, guys. So if I look sweaty, and I'm also walking in I decided to wear the hottest corduroy pants I could find and a bodysuit. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm sweating and I've walked 40 something blocks. But I just haven't been able to be on social media like that. I've been feeling like when I go on stage, I don't know, it's just whatever I'm saying is not good enough. You know what I mean? Whatever I'm planning to say is not good enough. Not for this time, not for the time that we're in. And I've been saying other things. I've been just saying other things. And sometimes I'm I don't want to say other things. When we live in an environment like this should not be happening. It's people full out just sleeping on the streets. We got so many things going on. And I know people want to come to comedy shows, and I know you want to laugh, and you want to hear oh, my son, he said, my wife said, put the seat down. but it's we really got to talk about what's happening right now. And I know it's uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable until we find the humor in it all, but I don't want to go on stage and talk about anything other than what's happening in the world. Do I feel the audience doesn't appreciate my work? No. I mean, it depends. I mean, it's not when I go on stage, not everybody knows who the fuck I am. I'm not some household name. So sometimes they get to know me. They come with all kinds of perceptions of whatever they think a black woman is about to talk about on stage. And I'm not here to debunk any of that. I hope that they can get past whatever they think I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm probably not going to be doing whatever they want me to do. But sometimes people it's a vibe thing. It's tonight I went on stage, my first set. And sure, I got some stuff in the pocket. By the way, I got those copies hopefully coming. I asked for them, and I'll put them up for members only so you guys can see the set from tonight and understand what I'm talking about. There's just different things that are happening in this world of chaos. And because no one is saying anything, it feels like saying anything about anything as a comic that is addressing anything that is happening now in a time that we're not saying anything seems like a risk. Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I see this coming. We've had enough talk. Yeah, the problem is, Mama's a realist, and I think I've always gotten in trouble for being real about circumstances, and I've always been mislabeled as somebody who is negative because I'm always like trying to keep it real about what's happening. There's no way you can fight people who are unaliving you without matching that energy. You just can't. And so nobody on this side wants to do that. And because the other side doesn't mind unaliving you, they're always going to win. But even saying something like this, they're going to go, oh, she's suggesting violence. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you what the real is. Like, whoever is willing to take the other one out wins. So, and y'all not ready for that kind of conversation. Yeah, I mean, truth telling, I get, if people are willing to listen, or you just wind up going first of all, you've got to see this line. They have this halal food here. When I tell you the line be down the motherfucking street, this shit is so good. And then it goes both ways. And then there's another one on 53rd Street. Like, you would think they were going to a fucking club. But honey, if it wasn't 1,000,000 degrees, I'd also be out there. Their fucking food is fire. People walk up here from like all around the city to come here and just stand in line and just wait. And by the time, all they're doing is heaping the food on there. Blah, blah, what you want? Blah, 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 blah. They have the best halal. Hands down. And that's why it's a disco line out there. Oh, no, it's not the only thing that's open here in New York City. In New York City, it's not the only thing that's open, honey. Not right now. Everything's open. Baby, it's only 2:30 in the morning. It's New York City. Everything is open. You're going to be able to get you some food in New York City. $2:30 in the morning in New York is like 4 p.m. in the afternoon some places. Especially on the weekend, baby.
There is a line or no line? The line. Yeah, obviously. Why is the line at 2?
Do you hear this kid? He's going, there's a line. There's a line. He's talking about that halal place. I just told you. He's like, why is there a line? You know why he's asking why is there a line? Because he's 15 years old. And he has no idea that cart's been around since his parents were dating. Okay? Please. And before that, probably his grandparents. Why is the line? Because you're 15. You've never had anything. Go over there, stand in line, and eat the food, and then you'll never ask why people are standing in line at 2:30 in the morning on one of the hottest days out here. Well, it's not that damn hot. But, we out here cooking and baking and shit, and they over there getting hot food, bitch. It's got to be good for motherfuckers to sit outside in the heat to get hot food. It's got to be good. I love me some Van Leuven's. Oh my God, it's like one of my favorite places. Oh my God, this looks so good. Oh my God. Oh my God. Andy is the camera guy. But also, I'm Andy's camera girl. I think I probably take as much video and photos of him as he takes of me. Sometimes it just feels like, why are we talking about like bullshit? Like when I see people like on stage and shit, and they're just out here running their mouths about like, oh, and the other day I went to Costco and it's like, nobody, fuck whether anybody wants to hear it, nobody needs to hear that shit right now. Radio City Music Hall, guys. Don't I give you guys the tours? Look at you getting a New York City tour and you didn't even pay for it. We're right over here at 30 Rock. Huh? Oh, baby. Darling, 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 darling. You got this shit for free. Look how mama take care of y'all. Look how you get to see all these little city lights and shit. And all you have to do is listen to me run my fucking mouth while I ignore every comment that's in here. It just feels inauthentic to be on stage talking about nonsense right now when the world is collapsing. And it seems like when I went to this rally today and when I went to go figure out like everything, I'm like, we got to do something better than this, because this is never going to result in any real change. You can't keep complaining to people about what they're not doing, because it becomes insanity, because they know what they're not doing. You think like we're talking about the housing in Harlem and how so many black people were first of all relegated and pushed into Harlem so that the whites could take over lower Manhattan, because people seem to forget Harlem is a part of Manhattan. So the fact that it had to be fucking sectioned off and become the place for black people, only for white people to then their children decide, oh, well, everything seems to be running efficiently over there and the Negroids are doing all this, so let's go over there. It's like, no, you stay where the fuck you've been. Don't come into spaces and not respect the culture and the community that is already there. The way these white people come into Harlem and act like everything needs to change. I have a neighbor. I think she's been there like 6 years now. When she first came in, her whole thing was like, well, the noise on the floor, It's like, girl, you should have told these people that you wanted to hear this place at night. You moved into an apartment building in New York City. What did you think was going to happen? Silence? And it's not really about the noise, because it's not, our floor is not noisy like that. We got one nigga that like to turn up and we all know him. And we just be like, oh, you know what's his name turning up tonight. Okay, he gonna have a couple bitches over, they gonna be partying. Whatever, they be playing good music, we all be rocking to it, it's fine. Every now and then there's a fist fight, okay. We know what the nigga's into. But I didn't come into the building going, oh my God, I'm gonna have a town meeting. Like this floor doesn't already have its own personality and its own vibe. And it's one thing for you to come in and say, listen, this is one of the things, because I live here now, I would like to contribute this to the vibe. But don't come in and just everybody got to jump on your vibe now. And that's everything with them. It's like everything is so much. It's so much now. Oh, we can't do this. Oh, we can't do that. Somebody put up a poster, a flyer in my mail room talking about, are you tired of the people on crack cocaine that are on the corner at McDonald's? Do you care about the crack cocaine? It's like these niggas been on crack cocaine at that motherfucking McDonald's, bitch, for 7 generations of niggas has been at that motherfucking McDonald's, bitch. We know them. Every now and then we buy them 2 pies for $1. What the fuck are you talking about? So now you trying to scrub the crackheads? Because I don't think you understand the crackheads are just as important as the mice, bitch. They keep a lot of shit away. Now, they were supposed to be keeping your ass away, but somehow they failed. But what I'm telling you, bitch, is you need to get a fucking life. You need to get a fucking clue, bitch. Every time they come somewhere, they always trying to change the motherfucking script. They don't ever go any fucking where and just leave well a motherfucking enough alone. I don't know what's happening here in this car, and I'm a little disturbed by it because it seems to be a Muslim woman in the car in full garb, and then this nigga is eating a full meal while she just sitting there looking hungry, and I'm like, is he not gonna feed her? I don't understand what's happening. I really don't understand what's happening. But I also don't want to say anything because I don't know what my place is to say in certain cultural things. But some of the shit looks like it's very misogynistic to me because I'm really trying to figure out why the fuck is he in there piling down food down his motherfucking throat and she don't have a plate in front of her. I'm not going to turn the camera on him. I'm not going to disrespect him like that. More importantly, I don't want to disrespect her. But it doesn't feel right. Dr. Muhammad. Yeah, stay in Australia, you know. I would say I would come over to Australia because I'm sure it's beautiful over there, but I gotta see how y'all treating them Aborigines over there. Because I know it's a lot of shit going on down over in Australia too. It's uncomfortable everywhere. No disrespect to you, baby, because I know you got, you come here, we love you. But everywhere you go as a black person, there's always some shit. I'm telling you, especially you a black or you a woman, black woman, all kinds of shit. I'm telling you, it's always gonna be some wild shit going down. We got to really see where we can go as black people. We can't just go anywhere because a lot of people don't like us. A lot of people have adhered to whatever version that white people have told them about black people. Even the black people that come from Africa over here don't like us, don't like black Americans. Oh, don't be like them. They ghetto. They this. Never had any of them had to really deal with any of the same disenfranchisement that we have. But still get treated like a nigga that's the same. And as long as we have people of color that continue to come over to America and decide to be model citizens, trying to show up, well, we're going to do with the black. The reason why they attack black people is because black people are like this and that. We're not going to be like that. We're not going to do that. We're not. And it's like, what? I won't leave you alone. Okay, Dorothy, I believe you. As long as y'all making progress. You my only end to Australia, so whatever you tell me, I got to believe. So as long as you think they may making progress, good. Because the way they was treating them Aborigines was ridiculous. But also the way they treat us over here is ridiculous. But the thing is, like, really my generation of people, we like tired of the shit. It's like, I'm really telling you, like, Generation X, we disappeared, but we starting to come back out little by little. And a lot of this shit, we like, yo, we went to sleep too long because we left you niggas to fight with these boomers, and this is what y'all left us with. This is the result of letting millennials and boomers fight each other. Chaos. The world just goes into chaos. We needed somebody from Generation X to come out here and do something. Yeah, you have to affect like good change. Like I'm sitting here and I'm watching this shit were at the protest, and shout out to the women that, you know, are really leading this. A lot of strong black women out there. One woman rubbed me the wrong way. I'm not going to say nothing too disrespectful because, like, I'm not going to, it wasn't one of the main ones, but I was introduced to this woman, and I didn't recognize her name, but I was introduced to her like she was somebody. So I said, I'm so sorry, I'm not familiar with you, and your name is again. And then I apologized. I said, I'm just letting you know. I said, don't take no whatever from me that I don't know who you are. I said, I'm just kind of getting into this politics thing up here in Harlem. So I'm learning, you know. And then she was like kind of looking at me like, and I'm like, bitch, I already apologized for not knowing you, but to be honest with you, bitch, I don't know you. Still don't know you after you done told me your name 75 times. And this is the problem, right? We got niggas that disappear into the cracks out here protesting. Don't nobody see them. You ain't got no pizzazz. You ain't got no jazz. Like, you know, fix your hair, bitch. Fix your makeup. Take this jean dress off and put some earrings on and some lip gloss, bitch. Get out there and at least be the bitch that they know, okay, you the bitch that's about business. And I'm not out here to tell you, like, go be a woman. I'm telling you to put some pizzazz in it. Even if you was a dude, I would say go get your hair cut. Go present yourself. These people only understand beautiful people. They only understand put together people. They don't give a fuck about sweaty niggas out there sweating out they pressing curl talking about we shall overcome. They don't give a fuck. You see how Trump is all over the damn black girl that he's so surprised, oh, she's so beautiful. Yeah, and let me tell you something, white niggas are like that. If a white nigga finds a black woman that he is worse than a nigga. The only difference between white men and black men is that black men will let the entire world know that they can be controlled by one little porcelain white woman because they want to be white so bad and they need access to whiteness that they need a white woman by their side, and they will sit there and put their whole world into this white woman so that they can have whiteness. And really, they just trying to be white men through this white woman. White niggas be obsessed with black women, but they understand in order for them to control the world, they can't let other people know that the women of their own group is not the women that they lust after, but they don't be lusting after white women. I'm telling you, if black women open up your eyes, it's white niggas, I'm telling you, they're everywhere. But they're not like niggas. Niggas will put their own women down to make themselves feel better and to ingratiate themselves to white women. White men will never put white women down in order to go get with a black woman. They'll just go get it with a black woman. But you gotta do your hair, bitch. And you gotta put some lip gloss on. And you gotta have your, like, one of them little pat things. You know what I'm saying? You need one of them things to get the moisture off your face. And you're out there with bull horns and shit, and it's just like, are we still doing bull horns and microphone? I mean, like, what do we want? We want it now. Now, when do we want it? We want it then. We wanted it then when? We're back when we wanted it. We'll say you want it now. We want it now. We'll get it then. We got to get it then. We'll get it again. We gonna get it back. It's like none of this shit, like, you wasting time. That shit do not matter. They do not give a fuck about your motherfucking chance. You got to get these niggas up out of office. You got to say to these niggas, listen, we're going to elect you. And if you go into that office and you do anything different than what we know, the next time you up for election, nigga, you're out. You're out. They sit here arguing about, oh, we thought he was going to be for us because he was this and he was that. He's not. He got into the position, baby. And now he's on the inside and they're telling him, let's explain to you how this works. Now that you're on the inside, those niggas that got you over here, you now have to distance yourself from them because they're going to be the reason why you're gone. And just in time, because, like, I'm even surprised at Hakeem Jeffries. Remember all that? He was doing all that miracle in 34th Street grandstanding where he was filibustering and shit, only for him to turn up to be one of the weakest representations when it comes to Democrats. What happened to all that grandstanding you was doing on the damn Senate floor? Where you at, Hakeem? None of these niggas, once they get on the inside, they tell you why. Look, this is, y'all don't understand how greasy politics is on the inside. It's greasy. You all are the only ones that are fighting for any level of humanity and love and joy and peace and equity. On the inside, they're telling them, listen, this world is getting ready to be a damn cesspool, and only the people on the inside are going to be able to survive. Now, you can stay out there with them niggas and try to survive this shit, but you're not. Or, since you have access to the inside, get you and your family, y'all come on in here, make sure y'all safe. How many people do you think not going to take that deal? How many people you going to think is going to, the world's getting ready to collapse, and now I'm on the inside, and listen, I can't save the whole world, but I got an opportunity to save myself and my family? They're going to take it. And that's why every time you elect one of these niggas, a city councilman and senator and congressman and all this shit, and they be running with all this little positivity shit, and then you go, how come when they get in there, they don't do anything that they said they were going to do? Because they not going to fucking do it. They not going to, because they can't do it. I went to one of these district meetings up here for Harlem. When I tell you, you know why Harlem is white now? Because when I went to the district meeting, everybody in there was white. But they had a black girl at the head of it, to keep the optics of it looking good. But everybody underneath this black woman, well, really, she was underneath the white woman, but anyway, was white. And they making all kinds of decisions and shit about what's going on and who get to have a business license and don't have a business license, and they renewing shit. They doing all kinds of business. Don't nobody know about it. I didn't know they was doing business like that. I came to support somebody who asked me to come to the thing because they was complaining about something. This was all online. I said, black people are not even making any type of decisions for anything that is happening in their own districts. Yeah. But niggas is too busy trying to survive. We ain't got time to be learning politics like that. Everybody that needed to be in that political meeting and figure out what the fuck the district was doing, they all working a 9-to-5 job because they got to be able to afford the expensive ass rent that's in New York City. I'm going back to eviction court. It's expensive in fucking New York City. And the people that need to really be out there to do that, and everybody white, all these white women and these gay men, gay white men, I don't know where they get their income from, but they always got time to be at somebody motherfucking meeting. 3 gay white women, 3 gay white men, and 3 Karens in there. And they just making decisions about what's happening with black people. They don't even live in the fucking district, some of them. And then you wonder why housing is crazy. I make a minimum of $100,000 a year minimum and stay in eviction court. And it's just me. I be paying this shit though. I ain't even gonna lie. But still. Who do you think these people are making this much? Or even that? Minimum? They're not. People got kids. I don't even know how they do it with kids. I got 2 cats and I'm like... And it's just me by myself. I don't have a partner. I don't have any children. It's rough. And now they trying to move luxury apartment buildings into Harlem, who they know the medium income is not going to be able to afford these luxury apartment buildings that they are putting up in New York City. We have been protesting this for years. Never once has anybody in the community said they want this, but they keep fighting for it, and they're going to wear us out until they win. because they have the money to go the distance. And then people go, I don't want to keep fighting this. I want to live a good life. I don't want to have these problems. I'm like, damn, you know, I could get an apartment, a little teeny apartment in New York, and like, let me just go get a house in Maryland. Let me just go live in Maryland. And there's a lot of people that are making that decision and they give up because they just want a piece of happiness. It's like, why? Who wants to keep fighting and fighting 20, 30 years just to keep an environment that you niggas pushed us into in the first fucking place? As soon as we come over here and we make this shit a home, you don't give us shit. You wear our damn, you don't give us any good education, no good books, no nothing. You take money from our community. You don't give us anything. You don't protect us. You leave us in a swampland. We turn that place into something that's substantial and something that's important for us. And then now y'all go, oh, let's go over here and take the shit that the niggas got. The fact that these white niggas is over here taking over Atlanta and them niggas is letting them take over Atlanta is crazy. Where the fuck we supposed to go? So now what they do is they put black people in places, then they displace us, and then we gotta wind up moving to the rich shit, right? Because they gonna all leave Malibu to come over to Harlem, and then Malibu ain't gonna have nothing. We gonna go over to Malibu, then they gonna say Malibu's a ghetto because ain't nothing but niggas over in Malibu. We gonna turn Malibu out. They gonna be like, oh, let's go back to Malibu, and then they gonna take Malibu back over, and then we gotta come back over here and reclaim Harlem. Like the way they be paying double Dutch and checkers with niggas is crazy, and they only doing it with us. And when I tell you that black men being with white women is a problem, that's the part of the problem. Not because I don't want to see black men out here with white women. When you don't have a strong community of people together, when the men and the women are not together, when they're not loving and procreating with one another, you cannot expect to have an environment that's not always going to be vulnerable to be taken over. The amount of black niggas walking up in Harlem with their white wives and girlfriends and shit is crazy. Take that bitch downtown with them white people and you walk around there. You know why you not doing it? Because they won't let you do it. And then you wonder why we can't keep Harlem to ourselves. We keep letting everybody in. We the only group of people that let every motherfucker in. And if we don't let them in, then they're going to tell us we racist. Meanwhile, they don't let us into none of the shit they got going on. This shit is a double standard, and it's hypocrisy at its best. I'm sorry you lost your job, my love. I'm going to keep you in prayer. Thank you, brother. Truth to power. And in the middle of all this shit, Jeff Bezos decide he want to get married. No mention of them donating any proceeds to any type of charity or homelessness or nothing. He decides that he's going to fly all of his millionaire and billionaire friends to Italy so that they can live in the lap of luxury to celebrate a union that's not going to do anything but benefit the two of them. Nothing. At a time where people are losing their health care. It's not even the fact that these people are billionaires. I'm not even upset with them being billionaires. It's the fact that you don't have enough money and you can't have enough money. And it's so funny that I'm having this conversation right in front of the Charles Schwab business. Charles Schwab.
Really grabbing me, and I was like, what the fuck?
You cannot be in one of the richest fucking cities in the fucking world. Radio City Music Hall, the lights, all of this shit, all of this money just on this little teeny ass block. And you mean to tell me that I'm going to walk and I'm going to see people sleeping on the ground? Like, they don't even have enough dignity. Like, if I was a billionaire, I would be embarrassed if the environment around me was poor like that. I'd be like, oh, no. Here, take a couple million. Yeah, get them off the streets. Yeah. No. Just put them in a little thing. Yeah, they got a house. Okay. Get them a little piece of work. Yeah. I'm not, it's too pedestrian for me to be a billionaire and be places where there's people that are sleeping on the streets. Let's clean this up. Because you can do it. And guess what? You can still have enough billions for yourself. But then people want to say, well, people should work for themselves. Sure, there should be people that are working. And yes, there are people that take advantage of the system. I mean, white people take advantage of the system. That's how they got the system that they got. So you don't think these people who work at Charles Schwab are not taking advantage of the system? You don't think the people at Radio City Music Hall are not own that? The people at 30 Rock are not taking advantage of the system? These big executives and streaming, you don't think they're taking advantage of the system? They are. They're getting all kinds of subsidies and all kinds of shit is happening. But the minute you do it, all of a sudden, oh, who are you to want to hand out? Well, you're getting a subsidy. A lot of these non-for-profit businesses are just fronts for them to make money. It's not for profit, but what they don't tell you is the administrative staff has to get paid in these non-for-profits. And if somebody's the CEO of the administrative staff, they could say, oh, well, this is how much money I need to make administratively. And then very few of it goes to the non. But white people are always able to access loopholes that they will not allow niggas a loophole and access. They won't. They always doing some get over shit. Always. They weren't about now they weren't about Letitia James. Oh, and this mortgage, and she got a mortgage loan on top of it. And it's like all you niggas are doing the same thing. You all are taking your mortgages, you all taking your politician money and you're mixing up with your personal accounts. You're all doing that. So what? Oh, this woman, she took a vacation with this man and they worked together and they had sex. Who gives a fuck? But Bill Clinton got his dick sucked in the White House. Who cares? I want my politicians to be fucking, because I'm telling you right now, when people are fucking, the endorphins and everything is working. But a lot of these niggas need to get their dick sucked before they go before a campaign. Somebody need to be sucking Donald Trump's dick every time so we can stop dealing with some of the foolishness that he got going. That's why he was sitting there like a fucking toddler, because he ain't getting his dick sucked. Somebody suck it. Why don't JD Vance suck it? He already always up in the nigga lap. Suck his dick. You already over there. Or at least open up your ass cheeks and sit down on the dick. One of you niggas need to fuck him. Elon, some of them. One of them. Create one of them damn Tesla robots to fuck him. Get this nigga something. He need to get fucked. And we know Melania ain't doing it. Up here telling you he don't like foreigners, and then he gonna marry the bitch from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. Niggas wild. They are the epitome of don't do what I do, but do what I say. And then people out here, well, he's still doing a good job. He's doing a good job with what? What has he done a good job with? His big beautiful bill that you all said was not happening. All the things that he's done that's been every checkpoint of Project 2025 that you also said was not happening. There's no such thing as Project 2025. He's telling you. He told you he was a Project 2025. He said Project 2025. You guys are not going to be able to get him out of office. He's not going to get out of office. He's not. They're already shutting down elections in certain places because they don't want people to vote the Republicans out. They're going to, we can't have what in Danes County or somewhere in Florida. They telling people, oh, we're not going to do the election. It's not the right time. It's like, nigga, what do you mean it's not the right time? It's never the right. What do you mean it's not the right time? What? You gotta get up in there and you gotta remove them niggas. Y'all gonna have to go in there and get them niggas up out of there. Cause they not getting up out of there, I'm telling you. And all I know is I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it because I'm a black woman. I did my part. I don't want no black woman getting involved in anything. That the rest of y'all gonna have to figure it out. I don't know who gonna go in there, but somebody need to go up in there and telling people, hey, y'all got to get up out of here. Now you don't even want to have due process of an election? That's wild. If we did that as Democrats, them Republicans, you saw what they did when they thought they lost the last election. Them niggas stormed the motherfucking Capitol. But you got to give it to Republicans, man. They played the long game. They've been telling you niggas since the Civil War that they was coming back. Yeah, oh no, we just going to give them the South and we're going to reclaim and we're doing all that. They said, nah. They said, play the long game with these niggas. Because the problem over here again with us, and it's a problem, but I understand it's also a necessity, is that we have too much equity over here, and that's the problem. We got to hear everybody's voice. We got to hear everybody's got to have a word and a piece. Not everybody needs it, but we need a collective voice, and the collective voice has to be, we're opposite whatever the fuck these niggas is on. Whatever they on, we on the opposite of that. But we got too many people with an opinion. Then you get a Hillary Clinton and you got a Bernie Sanders at the same time. Instead of these niggas just going, listen, Bernie, go sit your ass down. Okay? We don't have time. I don't give a fuck if you don't like Hillary. It doesn't matter. We picked this bitch. Let's vote for this bitch. No, it's too soon. It's too soon for a woman president. Meanwhile, you got countries all over the fucking world that's already had they first woman. Some of them on their second and third woman president. And y'all talking about America is the most progressive land in the world, and we still can't get a bitch to be president. Just got a nigga to be president a couple years ago. But they keep telling you, no, we're number one. You come to the land of the free and the home of the brave, and y'all still doing these type of archaic sort of, and the Muslim community, the way they treat their women, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of problems. Anytime you were suppressing somebody, there's a lot of problems. But please don't act like you better than any type of like misogynistic Muslim shit you keep trying to pump up. The way women are over here being disenfranchised, especially black women. Please, I wish you would act like you had your shit together over other places. The way we act like we're better than other places and we ain't shit is crazy to me. We still fighting and arguing over shit, little shit like race, and motherfuckers is all over the place progressing. You see, Dorothy said they even fixing that Aborigine shit over there in Australia. And Dorothy, I hope that's the case, because I'm leaning on you with this information. Because I ain't going to Australia, not unless Dora the Explorer do a tour over there. I ain't going over there. Because I heard that flight is ridiculous. Australia on a different day. They already in tomorrow and we still in today. Which I guess means they created racism because they got there before we did. They a whole day ahead of us. All right, dude. I'm okay. I might come out. I might. I feel a little liberated. There's still stuff that I say that's very controversial, but I feel a little liberated because now I make sense in this time that we're in. I think before we got to such a destructive time, everybody kept thinking I was a negative Nancy, right? Oh, Yamanika, she's so negative. She's always going to say something negative, and she's going to keep it negative. It's going to be negative and negative and negative and negative. And now when you see everything that I was saying has come to pass, it's like, okay, so anyway, I think that's why I'm not as upset as everybody else, because a lot of y'all still really believed in this world. And the way I didn't, honey, the way I didn't believe in it, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I told you the first go round. Thank you, Andre. I told you the first go round. I said he's going to be president. No, it's impossible. It's impossible. There's no way. He's not qualified. It's impossible. He's going to be president. I'm like, oh, no. No, it's possible. For a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join a marriage. I'm telling you something. He going to be president. Because I knew it doesn't matter how mediocre, incompetent, uneducated, unqualified you are as a white male. If you want the position, they're going to give it to you. And he allowed white men to be white men again. That's what they're excited about. They tired of all this being quiet and people telling them you can't be racist and you can't be sexist. They're tired of that. Why can't they slap a woman on the ass when they want to? Why can't they call a nigga when they want to? Get out of my way, you nigger. Why can't they? And now all these rules and regulations are restricting who I am on the inside. Because who am I without those things? Who am I without being a misogynistic racist? How will I ever live? And he allowed them. He goes, yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. No, we doing it all. We doing it all. Yeah. Oh, the gays, fuck the gays. The blacks, fuck the blacks. The women, fuck the women. Oh yeah, we bring all the slurs back. It doesn't matter. And they're like, really? And he sits there and he does it. This is a man who is shocked that black people speak English. Where did you learn how to speak? First of all, that's also a notice how he's being really nice to all these African people. That's a tactic that white people use to separate black people, American blacks and Africans. This whole let's be nice to the Africans and then keep acting like the niggas is the worst thing ever. And then the Africans, they lap it up. They, oh, yeah. See, it's these blacks, it's these American blacks, because they love us. It's all a game. But that black woman in journals he's talking about, she is stunning. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. She is stunning. It's like, yeah, honey, shoot your shot. If you put Melania next to this black woman that he keeps talking about how gorgeous she is, Melania looks like some Play-Doh, like a pudding Play-Doh. There's no way. There's no way. Melania, go sit down, honey. Oh, she's a model. A model for what? And then they said she was over here on a diversity visa. Did you know Melania's over here on a diversity visa? That nigga played right in y'all face. And he really played in Mexicans' faces, because the way Mexicans voted for him and the way he taking every Mexican that he see straight back to Guadalajara, whether they started here or not, is crazy. All that we will vote for Donald Trump and all that stuff. Trump, we will vote Donald Trump. Yeah. And you did all that voting for the nigga and look what happened. They took so many damn Mexicans out of here that Donald Trump had to go on TV and say, we got to bring some of these niggas back because we ain't got nobody to clean up Charles Schwab on a Saturday night. And that's what he literally said. He only bringing back the ones that they gonna turn into damn slaves. But y'all voted for Donald Trump. Imagine if President Obama was president and all these little white kids got swept up in a flood and lost their lives. They would be taking President Obama out of the White House in handcuffs and or a body bag. And if it was a body bag, they would have also had handcuffs on him. Because at no point in time do they have a problem putting handcuffs on a nigga. If he did some wild shit like that, we watch all these kids. But the reality is, the sympathy is not there because everybody's fucking suffering. I feel bad for the loss of life. I don't want anybody to lose their life, even my enemy. But what I'm telling you is, we're talking about an environment that voted for this, and this is how this man showed up for you. The woman that is heading your organization is unqualified, and it took her 72 fucking hours to respond to a fucking disastrous tragedy afoot. Her only job is to deal with motherfucking weather, bitch. How many times are you called on to deal with a fucking flood in the year, bitch, and you couldn't be there the one time there was a fucking flood, bitch? For 72 hours. Where was she for 72 fucking hours? 48 hours is 2 days. 72 hours is 3 days. Where does she not have a cell phone? Does she not have a computer? Does she not have an assistant? Does she not have some people under her? Like, even if she wasn't there, where was her office? And she's just allowed to disappear from her job for 3 fucking days, and people's lives are lost, and nobody's carrying this woman out in handcuffs or telling her she's fired. Like, we don't even have time to vote you in or out, bitch. You got to go. Like, you gotta go, bitch. A whole bunch of families, grandparents, on camping trips with their grandkids, camps of children, on adventures, just going out to have an adventure, to learn how to camp, to be out in the wilderness, to win badges, probably excited. Their whole summer, oh, we can't wait, we're gonna go camping, we can't wait, we're gonna go camping. And had no idea that their life would end in fucking tragedy because some stupid bitch who's supposed to protect them decided not to be at her desk for 72 fucking hours. I worked at a telemarketing place, and they would make you ask all these questions, and you could not skip any questions. And there was a woman at the bullhead, and she would listen to a certain call she would select, and she would make sure you went through all questions. And I would skip around all the time because it's like, once you get somebody on the phone, we already telemarketing. I'm not gonna make it through 100 questions with them before they hang up on me. I got to get to the meat and the potatoes. She was on the line one time. She heard me. She said, call me by my name, agent, whatever I was. She said, come over here. I went over there. She said, you skip questions 25 through 58. I said, yes. She said, you're fired. I said, okay, let me get my check, though. What's my check? Where my check at? She fired me on the spot. All I did was miss a few questions. And a bitch for 72 hours and lives destroyed is still on her job and giving press conferences like she didn't do anything wrong. So until white people have the same energy for their own when they fuck up the way they would for us when we fuck up, there's nothing to be done. As long as white people are okay and going da-re, da-hoo, and kumbaya every time they fuck up and act like anything that black people is the worst thing that could ever say, all these niggas, look at them, but never looking at themselves, this is why this happens time after time after time. When you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. But this time we're falling and nobody's gonna get, because it's no time after time, baby. You're the time after time. Yeah, you're the time after time, baby. This guy started following, I can't think of his name right now. He does these sort of analysis. He uses ChatGPT to do qualification analysis. And he did a qualification analysis on Marjorie Taylor Greene, some other woman I can't remember, and Jasmine Crockett. And Jasmine Crockett is overqualified than Marjorie Taylor Greene by leaps and fucking bounds. And the fact of the matter is that Jasmine Crockett is always going to have to prove herself while being more educated and more experienced in politics and government than Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene has zero experience and has only been a business owner. They brought this woman up out of nowhere. She's qualified to do nothing, and she doesn't have a secondary degree. And when they try to gaslight you into believing, oh, Trump is qualified, he's been president before. He was president the first time with no qualifications. Just because he's been able to hold the position of president being unqualified for it doesn't mean you get to use it as a part of his resume the second time around, especially when he did a piss poor job the first time. Again, all of this happening in front of Charles Schwab. And how long are we going to have the freedom just to say whatever the fuck we want? Soon you won't be able to say whatever you want. And it wasn't a long time ago that there were comedians like Lenny Bruce that constantly found themselves in jail because they were bucking the system by talking about all of the fucking political corruption that was happening in this fucking world. We will get to a time where they're going to try to silence us. And it's going to happen very easily because we're not fighting them on anything. And people have turned the comment section on social media into their place of protest. And it doesn't matter how many times you type in capital letters that Donald Trump sucks. If you don't do anything about it in the real world, you're just wasting your time. The man said if Zorhan becomes mayor, that he is going to take over New York City, and that he has the backing to do that. He has the authority to do that. Nobody has given him that authority, and but they're not going to stop it when he tries to do it. Because never forget, the nigga's from New York, and he's got his businesses here. And a lot more New Yorkers than you think, especially the wealthy ones, voted for him. The only reason why we were able to stay blue is because they knew if anything looked crazy about this election over here and New York wound up voting for him disproportionately, it would be a fucking problem. So they said, let's not fuck with New York. But I'm telling you, New York was more for Trump than you ever understand. Because they don't want you to be out here in these environments. I'm in a sort of touristy area, so I'm able to sit here and have this conversation. But the reality is, any point in time, the cops can come over here and be like, yo, you're trespassing, you got to get out of here. I'm a black woman sitting here just chilling like this. I'm vulnerable. But I'm not bothering anybody. I should be allowed to sit here. I should be allowed to take my time. It's those little bits of freedom, which is why I walk the city so much. It's like my only time to really have freedom from all the nonsense and the bullshit I gotta go through every fucking day. Just a little piece of my own self to be with myself or get on live and talk and vibe with y'all. But these sort of times of freedom, you have to cherish them because you don't know how long we're going to have them. The fact that they can't stop ICE from taking any random Latin person or black person they want, and as many Latin and black people are in Los Angeles, and they can't stop the shit. You guys don't know how large California is. It is large. There's a large Latin community in Texas. Large. But if all the Latins out there are voting against their own means, it's crazy. I was talking to some friends of mine, and they love Miami. They love Miami. They kept talking about Miami and Miami, Miami. And I don't like to do shows in Florida. I don't like to do shows in the South, period. Because I know what type of black person I am. I'm not going to go on stage, and I'm not going to tell you I got shot. No disrespect. I know, because that's very specific to somebody, and I kind of just referenced that. I wasn't pointing that at anybody. But I'm not here to give you some nigga tale. right? I'm not here to tell you, oh, as a black woman, and oh, and I need me a white man, I need me some black dick. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I'm gonna tell you I need some dick, because I mean, I'm a 46-year-old woman, I need some dick. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not here to give you some story that makes you comfortable. I'm probably gonna say stuff that's gonna be out of your mental wheelhouse, and if you're a white person, you're gonna be like, who the fuck is this nigga? So I encounter that attitude a lot when I go to the South, because they're not prepared for black people like me. But my friends kept talking about Miami. Oh, they love it. And I go, well, I think I went to Miami like twice. And I said, the vibe there, I don't like it. I said, and they're like, well, you got to know where to go. I said, well, there's a lot of racism in Miami, and it's coming from the Latins. Like, a lot of them, they're very racist. The Cubans out there, very, very racist. I don't want to be, and they're like, well, you have to know where to go. And I'm like, I don't want to have to figure out where to go in a land where I'm supposed to be free, where I can be around people who are not going to be racist. How about just don't be racist? But when you have that many Latin people in a place, and their number one hatred is towards the black people and not the white people that are keeping them oppressed, what the fuck are we supposed to do? They gonna vote against their own interests every fucking time. And then they're gonna blame it on the fact, well, the Latin community is very like traditional, conservative. Nah. But they shouldn't be for this shit. They shouldn't be for this shit. I don't know why we keep acting like these Republicans are traditional, conservative. They're not traditional families. Are traditional families running around being a scourge on society, trying to make sure people don't have any money or access, and making sure anybody that don't look like them is suffering? That doesn't seem like a traditional family, or it shouldn't be the tradition. I just read this article about what the woman that's the head of Planned Parenthood, whatever, anti-abortion and all this other shit. She just had an ectopic pregnancy. They had to, what did they call it? She said they had to elevate the pregnant, whatever. She was trying to use every word but abortion. But it's like, girl, you had a medical abortion, and you had to because you had a fucking ectopic pregnancy. And that's what we're trying to tell you. You don't get to have an ectopic pregnancy, sugarcoat the shit, and then still be the anti-abortion bitch when you are the bitch that just had an abortion because you needed to. Isn't it crazy that you happen to be the anti-abortion bitch, and now you in a situation where you got to have a damn abortion? You're welcome, baby. You all right? You keep it cool?
Thank you, Mom.
All right, my love. Be careful, baby. She hopped up on drugs. You can't be the anti-abortion bitch and then have an abortion. Like, and still co-chairing it. Still co-chairing it. They need to be like, oh, because see, this is why I can't be in some of these things. Because I'll be like, whoa. Pam, what you still doing here? Didn't you have an abortion last week? Oh, no, you got to get out of here. Yeah. You can't be the anti-abortion bitch and you just had an abortion. I don't give a fuck if it was medically induced, bitch. You said you wasn't gonna have one. You said no woman should have an abortion, even if it has to be medically induced to save lives. So what you doing here? You need to be in glory. Yeah. Wait, no. Sorry, Deborah. The only thing we're gonna take is glory from you. Yeah. No, you should have went to the upper room. No, because that's what you told every other woman to do. Okay, so Gloria's out. I don't know. I keep changing her name. What do I call her? Brenda? Barbara, you got to go sit down, Barbara. You had an abortion. Yeah. No. We heard about you. No. You didn't elevate a pregnancy, bitch. You terminated one. You're right. I'm going home soon. You had an abortion, bitch. You got to go sit down. Raise your hand in here if you ever haven't had an abortion. Deborah, put your hands down because you had an abortion, Deborah. You don't get to raise your hands anymore. Can somebody get security? Deborah's got to get out of here. We heard she had an abortion last week. Oh, I'm sorry. She elevated a pregnancy. Guys, it's 3:30 in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening. Like, I'm going to say a few more things and I'm going to get out of here. It's like the hypocrisy of these people is so crazy. And sometimes all you can do, but that's the thing this is what I want to address on stage, and I want to find the humor in it. I want to be able to laugh about it. But you gotta talk through it, because you gotta and you gotta get the anger out, you know? And I'm not saying that in a way, like you deserve to be angry in this situation. I'm not saying don't have anger, but what I'm saying is I need to get it to like where I've talked about it so much that we're just getting to the humor of it now, because we've talked about it. Like, it's all ridiculous. And I'll go on stage and we'll do this, and some of this will turn into sets, some of it won't, some of it will just stay here for us. But like at the end of the day, it's all fucking ridiculous. Like, it really just is ridiculous the way they just do whatever the fuck they want, and then everybody's just sitting like, we have no idea, how do we stop it? I'm like, that's a good question, because you spend so much time cultivating it. You know, all this shit is sitting here living on white supremacy. It's, you know. Yeah, everything is stolen. Oh, thank you, Gina. I'm going to call an Uber, but I'm not going to do that when I'm, because then it's going to be like all up in my biz, like where I'm going. But I'll be fine. It's a lot less menacing than you guys think. Trust me. We're in a good, like, the kids are getting out from the club, the drivers are like running around, like, it's good. And I'm in Manhattan. I live in Manhattan, so, you know, it ain't gonna be nothing, you know, provided like I have a safe trip, pray to God. But, you know, everything else should be fine. But we can't take for granted any time, any place, anything. So we always ask God to give us the protection and thank God for it. But I do need the freedom of being outside. I do need the freedom of having that space just to really just receive and process. And sometimes you can't do it inside. Sometimes you gotta, like, I'm blessed that with everything that's going on in this world and the ups and downs of not even just life and my career, but just like the ups and downs of just like society, that I can go outside and I can just, you know, be in New York City. Like, for the time being, it's one of the best places in the world. And I'm fortunate, even with eviction court. I'm fortunate that I get to live here and have been able to maintain living here for so long. I moved here when I was 20, going on 21 years old, and I'm 46. And I've had ups and downs in this city, but I have survived thus far. And I'm proud of myself for that. You know, just a young girl from Maryland, innocent, naive, and a lot of things. People took advantage of me for sure. I had to grow up through a lot of heartache and abuse, you know, emotionally, mentally, all kinds of things. But I'm here. And it's made me a better person. It's made me a stronger woman, an individual. You know, I'm grateful for my experiences. That's why I think I have so much empathy for what people are going through. But it doesn't mean that I'm not somebody that's also a part of the problem in a lot of ways. Oh my goodness, you happy to see me, my love? Thank you, baby. I'll think about Australia. It might be a good little... But honey, that flight is ridiculous. I don't know if I can do that flight, honey. Because I can't be traveling for 44 years to try to get somewhere. When I flew from Las Vegas to Belfast, I was livid. Because I was like, this flight would have been shorter if I started in New York. So I already got to get going. I was on that flight was 10 fucking hours. 10 fucking 10, bitch. bitch 10 in the air. Non-stop, bitch. In the air. I didn't get up once to go to the bathroom in 10 hours. It was such a long flight that they had, because I definitely had economy doing that shit. I ain't had the cash to be going like that. I had one flight that was first class that I was able to hustle, but that other one was like economy. But it was like the plus. But they was feeding everybody. That's how long the flight was. Everybody got breakfast, lunch, and damn dinner. Everybody got, even the poor niggas in the back behind me. Because that's how long we was on the flight. They had food for everybody. I had scrambled eggs and sausage and shit, a little parfait. Then I had this salad thing with these like little noodle things and some peas and shit, some banger and mash shit. They was trying to get you prepared for the lack of seasoning over there in Belfast. And then they gave you some sausages and shit on the next one. It was like a whole bunch of shit. Liverwurst or whatever the hell they got going over there. Then of course they got to give you the traditional croissant. They had tea and jam and shit. I was like, oh, is it okay? Okay, economy plus. I never wanted economy. I always act like I'm a snob, because there was a point in time where I did nothing but first class flights. I had it like that. But I'm not a snob like that in terms of class. It's about the seat comfort for me. So I never, when I was much bigger, it was hard for me to fit in any seat other than a more room seat. So I always had to pay for extra room, and even that was small. Now I can sit in a regular ass seat and still have space. I'm not, like crunched in. So it's like I can put the armrest down. I don't need a seatbelt extender. I have slack when I put my seatbelt on, so I'm much smaller. So now it's not a big thing for me to be in it, but it's got to be at least economy plus, honey, because I don't want to do economy, but like if I have to, I guess I have to. Okay, send me the music. You're almost 6 feet? Wow, you're tall. I'm 5'4.5". Yeah, you gotta bring seasoning. But if you bring seasoning, you have to put that through customs. You can't just be going to other countries with seasoning. I watched a whole African family lose a whole bunch of shit out of their shit because they was just packing shit. And I was like, they didn't consult with anybody. They lost so much shit they was trying to bring back. I felt bad for them. They had a whole suitcase full of shit. Some of this shit they was able to keep, but some of it was like, you could tell it was like, they took one bag of seasoning that this woman had, and you could tell it was some good seasoning too. And she had it wrapped up in a plastic bag, and they was like, nah, bitch, you not. They were like, nah, you want the what? And she was like, no, da da da. And they was like, nah, bitch, where you get this from? Some market where? Oh, you not about to bring the Hong Kong flu back over to America, bitch. So they like take shit from you. But like, I got a lot of stuff I got. Like when I was coming back from Paris, I just got stuff in the airport. That way they can, if you get it in the airport, they, they'll seal it up for you and you can move through with it. But I know I did get some perfume when I was I love this perfume that I got. I need to see if I can get it in the States. But I did get this perfume while I was out there that I love. I forget the name of it. I got to show y'all when I get back. I just love the scent on that. And I'm sure it's just probably some regular shit. But I was like, I'm in Paris. I want to get a perfume. So I treated myself. Well, I think we've had a pretty good conversation. And it's 3:46. I'm not tired, actually. I might go home and play some Fortnite. I don't know. But, yeah, I appreciate you guys. And maybe I'll save this and put this up for YouTube. How about that? And I won't make it members only until later. I love you guys. God bless. Good night.